Hi guys, welcome to our live stream today, December 19, 2020. So let's start first with BTC and then other cryptocurrencies, and yeah, we could also scan some other assets. And if you have some chart requests, just feel free to ask. Anyway, I'll be using a Renko chart in most of my analysis, and for shorter time frame 3 hours and 30 minutes, I'll be using candlestick, and if I'll be using an indicator, I will use divergence indicator. So I think let's start. So let's start off with the BTC. Oh, I think I'll use this one, this Bitstamp. So if you have watched my previous video, I think I started streaming around October. So long-term view is still the same. So let's plot first the resistance and the support. So this is the long-term resistance line. And but that long-term resistance area has already been broken. So this is a triangle, and normally in a triangle we measure the height and then put that at breakout. So that, and then I'll just copy it and then I'll paste it at a breakout. So my target here is, that is around this area, or around 28,000 area, or around close to 30,000. Currently, BTC is trading at 23,125, the yellow line here. So congratulations to those who have long positions or buy during the global dump last March. So since it's currently forming a yellow, or this is actually a bullish, possible bullish Renko chart with a possible target at, look at the height, it's 1,000. So for each Renko bar, just add 1,000 from it. So the previous high is 23,000, just add 1,000 to that. So the next target will be at 24,000. So that will be the next target, which is the 24,000. That's why I love using a Renko chart, because if we just know the height, we can just add or deduct from it. So that's the next possible targets. Actually, I also have the current long position here in BTC, and my target is actually one in 24,000 and another in a 25,000 area. So that's a BTC perpetual contracts, and of course I also hold some BTC. So actually for my spot or for my holdings, of course I'm long-term bullish, but for futures, of course, it will depend on the time frame. So this is the target I'm currently looking at. So this is the first resistance. So R1. So that's our target. Next area, or possibly we'll just, anyway, we'll just skip that, and we'll just put here that this is our target at the 28,000 or close to 30,000 area. But then again, for support area, since it's currently trading 23,178, just the this one, the previous high around the 23,000. If it break that 23,000, just deduct $1,000 and that will be the next or the support too, which is the 22,000. So yeah, for me it's easy to use the Renko chart. I just started actually using it around September. So there. So actually, even when I use the candlestick from this area, or even at the start of the year, most of my positions already are longs. Though I also have some shorts, especially when I do scalp trades. So I think that's it. So this is the most projections that I'm sharing, but we can also use here the Elliott Wave actually. So 1, 2, 2, 3. So we are currently in the wave 3. So we can also show that here. So using the Elliott Wave. So let's just use this one. So yeah. This is 2 and this is possibly a 3, 4 and possibly 5. So for wave 3, that's normally extends 1.618 fib. So let's just see. Oh, there. Actually, that's yeah around 30,000 area. So and then wave 4 possibly that's should not be below the high of wave 1, which is the close to 20,000 area, and possibly the wave 5. So we'll just oh, what's the last? Here I can use this one, but on a conservative note, I can use that fib 2.618. Normally, I use the if you can see, mostly I'm using the 0.618. Like for example, this area 1.618, 2.618, and 3.618. So let's see. On conservative note, I'll just use this one. So that's my long-term view on Bitcoins. On short-term, yeah. Currently, I'm expecting the 24,000 possible next target. That's target 1, and yeah, if and possibly the 25,000 area. Support is the immediate support at 23,000. A breakdown to that 23,000 could possibly retest at the 22,000 area. So the Renko chart height is $1,000. Anyway, let's try to look at the divergence indicator. If you look at the divergence indicator, during 2017, it reached as high as, was that 89? Yeah, 89 RSI. Currently, it's at 74.62, so there's still a possible upside and possibly retest at this 89 or close to 90 RSI. Oh, where is that? So the high of this is 89.03, so more or less on that area. So let's see how it goes. Well, but my bias here is of course still a continuation or still on a bullish trend, and you can also see that in this Renko bars here for me. So I think that's it for BTC. You can also use the candlestick, and even if you use the candlestick, still the same. The only difference is that, yeah, for this, it's less noise. That's why I'm mostly using the Renko chart in most of my trades. But when I do scalp, I use the candlestick because of the limitations I have in using the Renko chart. Because for basic subscriptions like me, we can only use the Renko chart in higher time frames, daily and higher. Now let's try to move on to BTC Dominance. So let me just delete all the drawings so that we can start our analysis anew. Oh, so as you can see, it's also on an uptrend channel. So that could possibly retest this previous high of around 68 area, and then possibly this 72 area. Actually, there is a gap at close to 74 if I'm not mistaken. Well, we can just check this out first. Yeah, because there is a gap on that area. So let me just check that at this area, which is, yeah, around the 74 or possibly around that. What's the high of that or the low of it? So this the low of it is 74 area. So there, and then there's also another gap at close to a 97 area. But of course, let's just focus on this one area first. So I think it will retest that area, the 73 area or 72 area. I mean, break out to that 72 area, of course, could possibly retest this one. And that's more or less, that's more than 80%. Immediate support, we can actually use the 66%. And the height of each Renko is, for this is 1.5. But of course, on conservative notes, I will use this area as a support area. Oh, I'll just oh there. So immediate support at 66 area, a breakdown to that level could possibly retest worst case at this area, the previous low of around the 61 area. So I think that's it for a BTC Dominance. Oh, it's already currently trading at 23,000. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still waiting at 24, so hopefully we can go to that area. So let's see. I think I'll just analyze it until 10:30 p.m. So if you have some questions, just feel free to ask, because currently I'm also trading, though I have some TPs and a stop loss. So that's it. Now let's try to move on to Ethereum. Oh, what's that? So let me just remove all the drawings and then we'll analyze it using this Renko chart. So this is the long-term resistance area, and it's already broke that long-term resistance area here. Well, actually, we can just try to use that. Or, yeah, I think I'll just use that because it falls at that area so many times. Actually, it seems like a head and shoulders also here. Then, yeah, that's also a head and shoulder at that area. Then, all right, okay. So I'm just okay. I do know. So as you can see, it also just currently broke the long-term resistance area of around that 600 something area, $600 dollars, and our next possible resistance will be anyway, since it broke this area, you can also use this area as a possible target. But of course, on conservative note, we will use the previous all-time high as our conservative target, long-term target. So, um, which is the 1,400 area. But of course, my target there is, my long-term target is around this area, which is close to $2,000. So for BTC, I think I used that. So that's a possible returns from here at 177%. And for this one, that's a possible 222%. So at close to 2,000 area. So currently it's trading at 659. And this blue dotted line here, that's actually the immediate support I'm looking at, the 640 area. So we can just use this one as our next resistance or resistance area, the 800 levels. Wow, so 800. So expect a possible $800 for Ethereum, possibly within the next few weeks, I think. So it could reach that. But yeah, let's see. And of course, the support I'm looking at is the 640, that's immediate support, and then break down to that 600 could possibly retest around the 600 area. So I think that's it for now for Ethereum. Actually, I also have a current long. Actually, most of my trades are actually just relong and relong after the dump, most of it. So yeah, I almost forgot what my entry in Ethereum, but yeah, just a while ago, its ROE is up by 200%. That's the Ethereum perpetual. And I settled it also in Ethereum. Wow, XRP. So now let's move on to XRP. Actually, I'm watching XRP also and trading it. Actually, I also have a long position in it. So now let's move on to XRP. As what I mentioned, as much as possible, let's end this one by more or less 10:30 p.m. So if you have some questions, just feel free to ask, or you can also just message me in my social media channels, or yeah, here also in a trading view. So there. So as you can see, most of it are actually formed a triangle. BTC, Ethereum, and XRP. So Ethereum and XRP just recently broke the long-term resistance trend line. So this is the long-term resistance trend line. So text long-term resistance trend area. So they're at the right, or let's make it center. So this is the long-term resistance area. So once it broke that, of course, I'll be more bullish on it. So actually, most of my positions also here in, actually, I'm accumulating XRP, to be honest, at this area. Because for me, it's already at a very cheap or a very cheap price versus the other alts. Oh, aside from that, broke the long-term resistance area, though it's currently retesting that, but it's still holding on that area. So I think this area is already a very, really a strong support area. So anyway, so my target here is, since also the same with Ethereum and Bitcoin, when you see a triangle pattern, just get the height and put that at breakout. So my target is around, yeah, almost on a conservative note, we'll just use the all-time high of 3.30 area, but it could extend higher than that. So that's a possible 572%. Aside from the previous, what's that, snapshot of Spark, I'm accumulating it because its returns are more attractive than than BTC and Ethereum. Like, that's why I showed you a while ago, this one. Possible return even at this year, at that breakout, is 222, BTC at 177, but that's already even shorter from here. So if you go long from here, of course that the return will be much lower, which is just 21.27 possible return. So how about the Ethereum? More or less still the same, or close to 222% possible return. But for Ethereum, if it reach that all-time high, that's still quite very attractive, around the 500 area, if ever it will retest at this area. But I think it will. The question is, of course, when will it retest this previous or the all-time high? So now let's move on to this. What else? Actually, most of my trades are just that, and of course, this one, Litecoin. Let's try to look also this Litecoin. But for this one, yeah, we can actually use this analysis. So also almost the same with the other alts that I shown you. We'll just put that at the center. So, but still within this long-term downtrend area, but currently in an upward channel. So that could possibly retest this long-term resistance trend line around 135. So that's so this is a very strong resistance that I'm looking at. Actually, I also have a long position in LTC, and yeah, I just recently opened that with a TP around this area, 135. And since it's currently forming a possible bullish Renko bar, so just we can actually make it more bigger. So since it's forming a possible bullish Renko bar, So our immediate support here is the 110 area. So the height of each Renko chart is actually, or Renko bar is 8.5. So break down to that 110, possibly the $100. So I think we'll just use that as a support area. So this now becomes a support 2 already, because our immediate support is the 110. So support 2. So the blue dotted line is the immediate support, which is the 110. And of course, our resistance or strong resistance is the 135. And then I think from there, that would be a very exciting long-term bullish trend also for Litecoin. And we can just extend also a possible height at breakout here. But for now, I think we'll just use the 135 as resistance area. But if break that, next resistance is just here, $180. So I'll just resistance, strong resistance area. So I'll just put resistance area. So if it break that 135, of course, this next stop, which is more or less around, what's that? Around $180. So let's see how it goes for LTC. So I'll use that. Though we have also an immediate top here around close to 150 area. Because I think once it break this long-term resistance, it will a very strong bullish trend that could possibly retest close to that area. So I think that's it for LTC. So what else? Oh, yeah, 59. Yeah, because I have a current long in XRP. Actually, I was watching it. Even in LTC, I also have a long position. So next is what else? Oh, I'd like to share this one. This Zilla. Actually, I bought it. I bought it at, oh, it's currently retesting the support. Actually, I bought it before the staking started. I think around this area. Around this area. So currently, I'm still holding it and I'm staking it and getting some returns. Added Zilliqa coins and GZIL or governance ZIL tokens. So yeah, for here, still also a triangle area, and with a possible target of point or 25 cents. That's my long-term target. But of course, for short-term, currently it just broke the 50 cents or this area or around that 50 cents area. It reached around more or less this area, which is yeah, more than 50 cents. Yeah, it reached the 50 cents and currently forming a possible bearish Renko bar that could possibly retest the 46 area. So possibly it will retrench on that area, the 46 area. But yeah, for here, I'm actually a more long-term bullish. So that's my personal bias. Actually, I'm not trading Zilliqa in futures or even spot. I'm just holding it and just staking it at the moment. Actually, from the launch of the staking platform, the annual percentage yield, if I'm not mistaken, is 16%. So yeah, and I'm also buying GZIL. So because the supply is limited. So that's my personal strategy on this Zilliqa. And what else? Because most of in this area, I do hold it. I do hold it. Um, I hold it. But majority of my trades, especially in futures, are just the major ones: BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and a Litecoin. And yeah, I also trade XMR, Link, and XTC. So, but that is just a small portion. So yeah, I think that's it for now. And if you have some other questions, just feel free to ask. Else, oh, we still have some other uh, a few more minutes before 10:30. Anyway, what else that I could possibly share? We already have done with the, I think we're already done with the Litecoin. So let's try to look at Link. Let me just delete this one, the drawings. Well, actually, if I use the Elliott Wave here, we can um, expect that it's currently forming a wave 3. So let me just try to illustrate it. Anyway, I'm not an Elliott Wave master, but I just know the basic of it. So anyway, I'm still continue to learn. Yeah, I think every day is a continued learning. There. So that's wave 1, wave 2, and currently we are at the wave 3. So wave 3 normally I use the 1.618, so it should be higher than the previous highs of that area of wave 1. So wave 3 should not be the shortest among the wave 1, 3, and 5. So next possible target 1.0. That's even, that's actually even at 27 area. And then this is possibly the wave 4, the high of, or it should not go below the wave 1, the high of wave 1, and then the wave 5 possibly at, yeah, I'll use the 2.618 or the $40 area. So that's just my projection, of course. But of course, on a very simple, just support and resistance, since it's currently forming a or at or a confirmed bullish Renko chart, it will possibly retest this area, which is the immediate resistance I'm looking at is the 15 cents, $15. Oh, it's, we'll just change it to line. Oh, there. So that's the immediate resistance I'm looking at, the $15. Breakout to that level could possibly retest this previous high of around close to $20. Oh, $20 the highs. And of course, the support at this area, $11. And yeah, as I mentioned, you can also use the blue dotted line, or the high, or the or each Renko body as a Renko bar body as support or resistance. So currently the blue dotted line is at 14 area, and it's currently trading at $13, 13.85. So the blue dotted line here is the immediate resistance, the 14.17. A breakout to that 14.17 could possibly retest the previous high of around 15.5. Support at this area, or immediate support or support 1 at $12, and break down to that $12, or even that's also the average, could possibly retest the $11.5. So I think that's it for link. Actually, I also have some link. I'm also stake some of it, and yeah, I have a long what's that? Long futures. LTs. I mean link perpetual futures. So I think most of my trades are, I think, high risk, high risk. But despite it's being high risk, I think we should manage always the risk, because in trading and investing, there's always a risk involved. So yeah, what else? So if you have some questions, just always feel free to ask. You can also message me here in the trading view in my social media channels, or in my other groups. So I think that's it for link. I think we can just even discuss most of it. I think I hold most of it. Except ADA. But I'm looking to have or to add it in my portfolio. So after link, we can also try to look at this XMR. Actually, XMR is also an exciting, also exciting one. Oh, so from, what's this? 2018, from long-term downtrend area, it now break that area, but currently retesting that area. And that is, yeah, for me, this, since it's holding at this area, I'm still yeah, I think this is just a retracement, this one. So I think it will hold at $150. So that's the support I'm looking at, the $150. Immediate resistance actually at this, the previous high of around 170 area, or that one. A breakout to this 170 area could possibly retest the previous highs, which is here, which is, that is $290, because I cannot see a resistance here except for this one. So this is the resistance I'm looking at. So let's just delete that, and yeah, that's the immediate support I'm looking at, or this is the long-term resistance trend line now becomes the support area. So this is the long-term support area. Long-term resistance area now becomes the support area. Long-term resistance slash support area, because that was the previous resistance. Of course, if it already break that, it will become the support area. So I think that's it for XMR. I will also have, yeah, actually I also tipped some in my XMR at $150, and then I relong. I think a few days ago. Yeah. Because most of my trades recently is just XRP, which is I can always been sharing in my channel. Most of it are actually XRP, and yeah, just I trade a few Nasdaq, but I got stopped out at Nasdaq, but at a gain. And then that was December 18 also, most of it are XRP also. And then, or I'm just sharing most of it. And then, yeah, 17, yeah, most of it are also are XRP. And yeah, I trade XAU or gold. So that was my trades last week, or I mean, yeah. And here, this is, I think this is a quarterly futures. Actually, the quarterly futures I have, that's actually 3, but the other contracts has already been, this one, has already been closed at more or less more than $7,000 ROE, which is actually this one. So the 7,000 plus here has already, I already closed that, and yeah, and hit my TP area. That's why at this area, I only have 2 here. And then the other one is already TP'd, yeah, just a while ago. And then, yeah, only one is now. Yeah, so only one left as of, I think that was as of, yeah, as of today, 4:34 p.m. So as you can see, most of my trades are actually, most of it are longs. Yeah, I'm just relonging during the dump. Though I also make some short, or of course open some short, but yeah, just during scalp, when I have time to scalp. So I think that's just it. Nothing to share. What's the start of the week? Yeah, almost forgot. And 14. So let's just go through it. Even here, most of it are actually XRP also. Though, and I trade some few indices and natural gas commodities. And 14, yeah, also same here. Oh, most of it are indices, and yeah, I got stop out at a loss here at Nasdaq. I mean Dow Jones. So yeah, and yeah, this is the start of the week. So actually, this is just from one exchange. The other exchanges, yeah, sometimes I don't share. But as of year to date, as of this screenshot, December 18, most of it are actually, this is the market that I trade, futures and time-based, I mean perpetual and time-based futures or contracts. So most of it I managed to have a realized PNL. And most of my trades at the moment, since the year ends, since just a few days before the year end, just a small position actually. So I think that's it. Oh, did I trade some? Let me just share. Let me just check the summary. So you can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Litecoin, Monero, Tesos. This is from Btc exchange. Because the other one, that's CFDs. This one is also from another exchange. So there. So mostly I use, just recently, starting September this year, I mostly use a Renko chart. But I can also use other charts, like of course candlestick and Heikin Ashi. So I normally don't choose or add indicators. But if ever I add, my favorite is the RSI. Now, I'm using the divergence indicator. So what else? What other? Oh, it's already 10:32. So I think we'll just end it here. Oh, let's try the this one, because actually I'm watching this one, the ADA remove drawings. Actually, I'm watching it. Currently, I don't hold it. and I'm also not trading the futures of it. So let me just, oh, seems very interesting in the next coming days. Once it break this long-term resistance area. So anyway, maybe I'll just take note of it. This is actually a there. This is actually a so it's tightening wedge and at a long-term downtrend area. We can actually use this parallel channel here to project the possible trends. So I'm expecting it to retest the 22 cents area. So after it break that area, that will be a very exciting for ADA. So I think I'll start to also accumulate some ADA. Once it, yeah, I can start accumulating actually. Because, yeah, let's try to look at the possible, yeah, I normally use or try to look at the possible, of course, possible return if ever it, yeah, once it break this strong resistance area, long-term resistance area, possibly retest the 1.37, which accumulates some of ADA. Well, just my personal strategy. But yeah, on a short-term basis or short-term time frame, you can see that it's a bearish Renko formed here and could possibly retest this. Oh, it's currently forming a what's that? A bullish Renko chart rather, a projected bullish Renko bar. So possibly it will retest this area. Oh, it's actually exciting one. So I think let's see. So that's the 23 cents breakout to that, yeah, 240 or more or less 38 cents. Support area at this area. So more or less the 12 cents. Or yeah, we can actually use this one. Oh, that's the blue dotted line already. We can use that as immediate support, the 14 cents. So if I use the risk reward ratio, if I go enter here and my TP area at this, wait, let me just, if my stop loss here, but of course I'll not trade the, I'll be more on long term here on ADA. So that's a possible 125% if ever it reached that 38 cents at this 17 cents, if ever I bought this one. So yeah, I think I think it's an interesting altcoins, and yeah, possibly I will add this one. So I'll just take note of that. So yeah, because as what I've mentioned, I'm currently looking for some alts to buy. Because for me, yeah, BTC, there's still, of course, it will still continue to trend higher. But of course, when it comes to returns, yeah, as what I mentioned a while ago, yeah, compare it with the other alts. And you can see that alt is more attractive, in my opinion only. But of course, if you are a trader or yeah, more on a long term, yeah, make sure that your portfolio is balanced. So it depends on the trader's risk appetite. So I think that's it for today, guys. See you again on maybe Monday. And let's try to look at the year-to-date returns of cryptocurrencies versus other assets, the commodities indices, and yeah, I think that's just it. Commodities and indices. So there you go, guys. If you have other questions, just feel free to ask, else I will end this stream. So I think that's it. It's almost 10:37 already. So there. And let's get back to trading again. Well, I'll look at some of my trades and yeah, possibly close some or 50% TP. So there, ADA seems looking nice. I'll, I'll, I'll try. I will buy some. Planning to buy some. For long-term hold. So yeah, let me just share the chart a bit. Oh, is that the other? Oh, this is the other anyway. And yeah, maybe I'll just delete this one so that we can see the whole. I can see the whole chart of it. And then there. And what else? Oh, so how is XRP doing? Oh, it went as high as 60 dollars. So I think that's it, guys. See you again on Monday. Yeah, I don't know what time. Possibly around afternoon or maybe early in the morning or maybe after the coin market or possibly after 8 o'clock Monday, so that we can also update I can also update the spreadsheet and we can look at the year-to-date returns of different assets. So I think thanks guys for tuning in. See you again on Monday. What's that? What's the date? December 21. Happy trading, everyone. Oh. Yeah. Happy trading.